This is a reflection on the bonobo workshop I ran on the 23rd of the 7th, 2018 at the Strech festival in Berlin. Apologise for my reading, I'm dyslexic, so I'm not going to be able to give flow or a real account of my words. Well, I suppose maybe I could. I was less enthusiastic about my workshop this time. I hadn't done one for a while and wondered if I still had it in me. I was tired and I felt like I wasn't pushing the work anymore because obviously the participants are new, so each time I can only really start from that place. So that's a good reflection. In order to bring meaning into my own experience, I took time to bring attention into the setting up of the space. So I had to make myself feel present and really start to love the setting up of the posters, the cushions, the candles, and really start to come into the space because I was feeling a little bit narky, I suppose, at that point. I arranged the space with consideration and love, but also acknowledging my thoughts around whether my workshops were a waste of time or if they were important to do at all. I recognise that I am being influenced a lot by my male programming. I've been watching Game of Thrones. This, interestingly, has given me more brutal thoughts and hardened me. It has also altered my thoughts on death. There is so much killing, it's easy to stop caring about death at all. So during this period I'd really sort of binged on Game of Thrones, which really highlights all of the kind of real darkness of human nature. So it was quite a shift to be influenced by that in the way that people lived out their lives, and then sort of trying to come into the bonobo space. I suppose that's what I was trying to say there. So I've set up a space and I am aware of being aware of that. I am doing this for the sake of it. Or am I doing this for the sake of it? That's a question that I asked myself. The participants started to arrive, but I got more confident that this space I'm creating is worthwhile, because people started to arrive, but not many, not as much as I was used to, and I was a bit nervous that I'd be doing it for only 3 or 4 people, maybe 6 to 10, and then every time someone else came I became even more kind of grateful and felt empowered. This is a note. I realised that if I do something to develop the workshop, say provide questionnaires or add a new element to the story, like the leopard taking the bonobo for instance, I find I am feeling much better and revitalised. I also realise that to have a space at the end of the workshop for people to share also gives validation to what I'm doing. I realised that in the past I've not given space for people to talk about their experience, and as much as it's probably really good for them to hear each other's experiences, it was really good for me to get feedback straight after a workshop about what had happened and how that it may have enlightened people to a certain way of living together, or it had scared people, or it had given people an alternative way of thinking about how we could be. I get to hear real accounts of participants' experience. This is crucial for my own sense of worth. I was very pleased to acquire 12 questionnaires and 9 mailing list forms. Photographs were taken and I must collect them from the Strech Festival. The process of writing the questionnaires and building the consent forms and mailing lists was a breakthrough for me. I am about to post I think what I'm saying here is that it was a real struggle for me to start thinking about writing things up and going into Word and getting documents together. That's a big achievement for me to have got the consent forms, the mailing lists and the release forms together for that festival, and that felt like a really big achievement. Overall, I am happy with the workshop and look forward to seeing where the data leads, and how the people who are interested in being involved takes us. So it'd be interesting to see, because there's a lot of people that want to go on the retreats or get involved on a volunteer level or run a workshop, so that's going to be really exciting. Strech is a male gay space. The dynamics of this are going to be different to the space at Explore, a BDSM mainstream straight event with a gay friendly feel. I look forward to seeing how this is different. So yeah, in conclusion, the Strech Festival workshop, as much as it felt a struggle to get moving, I realised that there's a loneliness in just setting up a space as a workshop, and there's a lot of pressure to make this happen, and it would be good if there was a few people that can hold that space as well for me and us. So that's a reflection from that. Also, again, really important that I got the feedback from people. So that is my conclusion or evaluation for the Strech Festival. Thank you very much.